Biden $1 billion thing. And he's like, I want to know what this is all about. What happens? They impeach Donald Trump for it. A couple CIA agents and some lawyers come together and say Donald Trump is engaging in a quid pro quo. These people are evil. And it pisses me off to no end. Trump caught him. He caught him. Victor Shokin, the prosecutor who got fired, signed a sworn affidavit that he was approached and told, because you are investigating this, it has to stop and you are fired. Otherwise, they're not going to give us $1 billion. $1 billion. It's a lot of money. That makes a man a king. Well, in his country of Ukraine, sure. And sure enough, Shokin got fired. Now, we want to investigate what Hunter Biden has been doing. We've had people like Tony Bobulinski come out and say this was influence peddling. They flew to China. That's why Joe has done this blanket pardon that even Politico says we haven't seen a pardon as sweeping in generations. Let's take a look at this one. They say Joe Biden's grant of clemency on Sunday night, an extraordinary political act with extraordinary legal breadth, insulates his son from ever facing federal charges over any crimes he possibly could have committed over the past decade. Now, many people are saying, yes, but how does that make sense to him? Because now Hunter Biden's going to have to testify. He can't plead the fifth. A lot of people are saying, why hasn't Joe pardoned himself or his brother or anybody else? Because Hunter was facing sentencing soon. And I don't know that Joe Biden needs to be pardoned because he's very old. He probably doesn't care. And as the special counsel already stated in the documents case, because they found classified documents and his properties, his offices, yeah, he's a doddering old man, and no one would convict him because he has a bad memory. Joe doesn't expect anyone to go after him, so he doesn't care, but his son needs protection. Now, sure, Hunter Biden might testify to all these things. This may be the ship going down. And people say, but why would he do that? Because now, no, what do you mean, why would he do that? And everybody posted this saying it doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. If you're Joe and you're thinking, my son goes to prison for serious crimes, which may border on the treasonous, or I pardon him for everything now, and the worst case is they find out what they were probably going to find out anyway. That's it. That's it. Either Hunter goes to prison or faces very serious penalties for his influence peddling in foreign countries, which have helped exacerbate war, conflict, and the destruction of his country, or he protects his son. And he says, son, I want you to go down with the ship. What does Joe care? He's an old man. You know, with all due respect, he's as the special counsel stated, a doddering old man with a bad memory. He's not long for this mortal coil, and I mean that with no disrespect. I just mean it's a reality of his age. So what does he care? And you know what? I gotta be honest. His brother may be insulated from this. Hunter may not be so smart. This is the current state of things. There's a lot to go through, of course. We've got IRS whistleblowers, Supervisory Special Agent Gary Shapley and Special Agent Joe Ziegler, saying no amount of lies or spin can hide the simple truth that the Justice Department nearly let the president's son off the hook for multiple felonies. We did our duty, told the truth, and followed the law. Anyone reading the president's excuses now should remember that Hunter Biden admitted to his tax crimes in federal court. That Hunter Biden's attorneys have targeted us for our lawful whistleblower disclosures, and that we are suing one of the attorneys for smearing us with false accusations. I mean, so these are agents who were just like, they were going to let him off with this stuff, and we knew he did it. And they penalized these guys. Now, even CNN.
That's this message. The message this morning from not just Donald Trump, but from President Joe Biden himself. The president issuing a full and unconditional pardon to his son Hunter after repeatedly insisting in public that he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we get it. They're acting surprised. Now, how do you think these liberals are handling it? We got this tweet from Warren Redlick, who says, 2020, Trump abused his pardon power. 2023, I'd be shocked if Joe pardoned Hunter, and now, it's fine, why do we care? Because these people are cultists, okay? Wall Street Mav says, Hunter's laptop is Russian disinformation, step 1. Step 2, Hunter's laptop was real, but it's old news. Step 3, Hunter gets a full pardon for everything he admitted to and everything we found out because of his laptop since 2014. Very interesting. How about that? The full, unconditional pardon. Now, Nate Silver, of course, chimes in, saying, exactly the same people who are mad about my takes that Biden needed to step aside are mad about my pointing out his obvious hypocrisy. I guess if you forgive him for quite possibly throwing an election to Trump, you'll forgive him for anything. He says the White House flagrantly lied about this even after the election. Look, I could be persuaded if you wanted to tell me that politics is just blood sport, but these people are convinced of their own moral superiority when anyone with half a clue knows otherwise. Indeed. And of course, it all comes around the time that Kash Patel is named as the FBI nominee, as the nominee for FBI director. We're big fans of Kash. We've had him several times. And I'm proud to say that many clips from Timcast IRL in which we've hosted Kash have been going viral because Kash articulately, clearly, and quite dispassionately says, here's what we have to do and why. Now, they're claiming it's the apocalypse. The Atlantic says a constitutional crisis greater than Watergate. They keep saying Kash is just a diehard loyalist of Trump. He has no experience. None of the past appointees from the Biden administration had any relevant experience. I mean, the head of HHS was an AG as a lawyer. And they're like, RFK Jr. has no experience. Neither does the guy now. Kash Patel, the real problem, when they say he's unqualified, he's certainly qualified. When they say he's unqualified, what they're really saying is the qualifications they're looking for are being a shill for the deep state. And so they're losing their minds over this. But a loyalist? Yeah, Trump's going to pick someone who's like, whatever you say, boss. A loyalist? You're supposed to hire people who defy you? Spare me your manipulations. We are watching the meltdown in real time. Now, I hope Kash makes it in. But rest assured, Joe Biden's probably going to pardon a lot more people, not just this one son. But I'll wrap it up there, my friends. Smash the like button, share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com and support our work directly. And like I mentioned, castbrew.com, Cyber Monday deal. You can pick up all the coffee you want right now. It is available at a discount price. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you on the next segment coming up at noon. Because this is how the game is played, my friends. MSNBC was unaware that Harris' campaign gave $500,000 to Al Sharpton's group ahead of a friendly interview. Ah, yes. Gave two $250,000 donations to Sharpton's nonprofit. Oh, I can tell you about nonprofits. So there are a bunch of reports that it's like Oprah's production company received a bunch of money. Let me start here. And help out all our liberal friends, because I know you're not going to want to hear it. Donald Trump announced in his first term that he would use Trump Doral as the HQ for the G7 event. I think it was G7. And there was an outrage. People were furious saying, you can't do this, Donald Trump. You can't use your own property for this government affair. And I agreed. Donald Trump should not use his own properties for these international governmental affairs. Many on the right, Trump supporters said, no, Tim, he's giving a discount. It's great. It means the government's going to save money by using his properties. He's doing them a favor. And I say, doesn't matter. It's a conflict of interest. He's charging them something, right? At least cost. This is benefiting his business. He shouldn't do it. No, I can agree it's a discount, sure. But the money still comes to the company. And the money is then used to pay staff, to... look, let me put it this way. If you own a business and you're not getting any orders, you've got staff to pay. And you're sitting there being like, I have to pay these people whether they do the work or not.